All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head into Fruity's fantasy, and with Ronaldo finally joining Manchester United in what is a crazy deal, everyone's fantasy team is just changing. Wildcard, are you going to use it this week? I personally still don't really know if I am. Okay, I really want to get Ronaldo in. I'm going okay, not that great for this season, but it's early days, so we'd continue to go on. Now, what I'm going to do is show you three teams, three template teams that you should have if you are going to use your wildcard and if you are wanting to make sure to bring in Cristiano Ronaldo. So, first up on the screen, you can see here a 3-5-2 formation. Sanchez standard in goal. Good fixture there. Okay, ignore Everton. It's again against Brentford, so they should do well there. The defense, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Luke Shaw. Yep. I've gone and put Regulon in there. Now, Regulon is someone that I've wanted to, he's been on the watch list for my team for quite some time now. Tottenham doing well, keeping good records and clean sheets. They've got Palace in the coming week, obviously, with international football this weekend. I think Regulon could be a bit of a shout. He's a little bit more expensive. You could get away with putting a 4.5 defender. Tanganga possibly an option, which we'll keep in mind for the future teams here. Tanganga could be an option, but they did just sign Emerson, the fullback, who could come in. Tanganga will be pretty stiff to get dropped because he's been playing very well, but Regulon could be an option there. And I think if he can stay away from getting cards, he loves the cheeky yellow card. I think Regulon could be a good little shout for a wild card week. Then we go into the midfield and quite stand. You've got Ben Rama in there, Greenwood, who's I think will thrive with Ronaldo up front. Mo Salah as well, probably going to be the captain. Rafinha also there, and Ferran Torres. Now, Ferran Torres is the risky one because, as we know, it's Pep roulette. Who knows if he's got to start? I think for a wild card, I think Torres could be perfect. He's quite cheap, and to be his price, 7.1 million as the striker of Manchester City, which has played the last two games, and Pep has come out and said how much he likes him playing in that position. Torres could be an absolute steal, but obviously out of position in here midfield. Torres could be someone who a lot of people are starting to bring in. There've been thousands and hundreds of thousands of people bringing Ferran Torres in to try and free up that space when getting rid of Bruno to bring in Cristiano Ronaldo. So I think Torres could be a good little shout for a wildcard week. And then as you can see, top two, we've got Ronaldo and then Mikel and Tonio. So the front two's got a lot of firepower. United are up against Newcastle at home. Okay, Ronaldo's first game. If they can't get up and about for that, I don't know how they. What's going to happen there? Okay, then you look at the bench. We've just got some cheap 4.54 million players, and you can see, as you can see in the bank, we've also got 0.6. So you've got a bit of room to work with there. Maybe you want to get rid of Regulon, change that to a 4.5 defender. Maybe bring Luke Ayling, and then upgrade maybe a Ben Rama and a Rafinha, maybe a Torres, someone like that. You could upgrade that somewhere elsewhere. Now we'll take a look into the second team, a 3-5-2 formation as well. And what we've got to go with is, and I mentioned Tanganga, and it's pretty much the exact same template, but the changing of two players. So it gives you a couple more options. We've got rid of Regulon and we've brought in Tanganga. So Tanganga frees up about 6.5, mil. The risk here with Tanganga is he going to start? Okay. They have just signed Emerson, the fullback, as we mentioned previously. Is he going to come straight in for Tanganga? Tanganga's not a natural fullback. He's a right back, a centre back, sorry. So will he just make the automatic shift? I hope not, because Tanganga's been playing actually very well. And then in the midfield, you can see we've ditched Ferran Torres, and we've gone for another risky player in Diego Jota, which a lot of people are favouring Jota, depending on what Firmino's status is. But there's a chance Jota doesn't start either. Okay, the bench stays the same. We've got Ayling on the bench who could come in, if you put him as your first sub, could come in for Diego Jota and then change it to a 4 in defence. But we'll take it from there. So the same sort of system there, but with Ben Rama, Antonio, Greenwood's in there as well. I think Greenwood is a huge player to have in. So I think that's another template. And then the next one, we've gone for a bit of a different style here. We've gone for a bit of a cheeky different one. We've gone through a 3-4-3, and I've got Christensen in defence. Chelsea been rock solid. Christensen should play. 5 mil could be an iffy one. This one is one that I wanted to have a bit more fun with. Okay, so Christensen could be the shout. We're like, okay, interesting. I wouldn't do it, but it could be a chance. So whether he does play, whether that sort of thing, I've made sure to have Tanganga and Duffy on the bench. I think Duffy could come in for Christensen also if you really need. But it's also, this template has given us Dominic Calvert-Lewin up front. So we've gone for 3 forwards now. Antonio, Ronaldo, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin up front. Rafinha, Salah, Benrahma, and Greenwood in the midfield. Some good mid-price powerhouses, obviously with Salah the star in there. Luke Shaw and Trent, just standard, box standard defenders in there. And Christensen's the iffy one. Obviously, Gilmore, Tanganga, Duffy on the bench. Gives you a bit more diversity as well. So out of all the wildcards, and the wildcards are going to look the same, if I am to activate it for this week, which I'm still not totally sure on, I'm still not 100% on, but if I will, it won't be this week, and I'll be doing it late next week, just before the deadline. I'll be going with number 1. I think Reguilon, Ferran Torres. I think this one kind of sits well with me. Obviously, got to have Cristiano Ronaldo in there as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. You might be seeing this as a clip or at the ending of the 1-0 show. So if you did, make sure to subscribe, stick around. It all appreciates, helps the channel out. It takes 2 seconds of your time. Cristiano Ronaldo, how happy are we to see him in the Red Devils colours? I'll catch you next week for another 1-0 show. Deuces.